welcome to Winner Takes All. And here is your host, Jimmy Tarbuck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And it's nice to be with you again with Winner Takes All. And tonight we have 4 new contestants because last week the lady won all the money, but elected not to come back. So we're going to meet these contestants because our game is best explained by playing it. So let's meet them and give them a nice round of applause, hey? Nice to see you both. Lovely. And ladies first, we have Mrs. Thelma Brown from near Wakefield.
That's right.
Lovely. And at one time in Manchester, you and your husband managed a steakhouse.
Yes.
I see. Now you work as a magistrate's court officer. In fact, you prosecute who don't pay their fines.
That's right, that's it.
Will you take the cheque now?
I think I better, yes.
Because I have had 1 or 2 in my time.
Will it bounce?
Will it bounce? Right up there, I promise you. Yes, good evening all. Right, and your opponent, actually, is Arthur Naylor from Scarisbrick near Southport.
Yes, Jim.
Arthur, you were born in St Helens, and at one time you spent 3 years in the Royal Navy as a sub-lieutenant in minesweepers.
Yes.
And did you find any mines, Arthur?
1 in about 6 months.
Is that all?
Yes.
Ah, this is interesting. You have to keep well in with you because your television at home is connected to the JICTAR ratings.
That's right. It's an AGB set meter.
I see.
And I have to mark down who watches what.
And at what time?
And at what times, yes.
Well, it's you we have to thank.
Doesn't
Arthur.
say whether
Thank you very much indeed. Yes. Now, welcome to the show. You groveller, Tarbuck, yes.
It doesn't say whether we enjoyed it or not.
Do you mind? Yes. Ted Rogers wants to see you when I come off anyway. Anyway, it's nice to have you on the show, and the thing is, the first section you're playing for points to go forward to tonight's final when you play for the money. And as every week I say, I wish you both the best of luck. The main thing is to enjoy yourselves on the show. So if you'd like to take your seats, Thelma, if you'd like to lead off, please, my dear. Over you go. And Arthur, you'll take the other seat.
Sure.
That's good. And Geoffrey Wheeler, he is behind there with the questions, the answers, and he knows everything about quizzes that it is to know. So, Jeff, shall we start tonight's show, please?
Let us do that, Jim.
Let us do that.
What is punctuality? Is it tyre repairing, good timekeeping, the study of rock music, playing on words, attention to detail, or a Chinese needle cure?
Punctuality. Thelma, you have 50 points there, my dear. How much of that are you going to gamble?
50, please.
You're going 50, which will leave you with nought. And how about you, Arthur?
Yes, 52.
You're going 50, and you'll have nought as well. So will you press one of the 6 buttons and gamble away, please? They've agreed to agree on the 2-to-1 shot. Good timekeeping.
Yes, of course, they're both right.
There's a nice start. Well done. Are you both punctual people?
Try to be.
Just what I was going to say. We try to be.
That's right. We all try to be. It's a good thing to be punctual. Jeff, will you be punctual and give us the second question, please?
Yes. At the mouth of which river is the sandbank called the Nore? Is it the Thames, the Shannon, the Severn, the Great Ouse, the Dee, or the Don?
Thelma, 150 points to the good at the moment.
Just 20, please.
20, which will leave you with 130. How about you, Arthur?
50, please.
50, which will leave you with 100 points. Will you press one of the buttons and gamble away? Difference of opinion here, Jeff. We have evens the Thames, 4-to-1 the Great Ouse.
The Nore is off the mouth of the Thames.
Well played, Arthur. On our show, our third question is what we call our specialist question. It might be a piece of film, it could be a pretty painting, it might be some poetry. Jeff, what is it tonight, please?
A little bit of music, if you'd listen to it, please, and tell me the name of the tune. Listen. What was the name of that very attractive tune? Was it the Fiddler's Waltz, the Drummer's Waltz, the Crooner's Waltz, the Saddler's Waltz, the Skater's Waltz, or the Crocus Waltz?
Well, it was a waltz, that was for sure. Arthur, you're 200 points up at the moment, sir. How much are you going to gamble?
50, please,
You're
Jim.
going 50, which will leave you with 150. Thelma, you're 130 points at the moment.
I'll bet 50 as well.
You'll go 50, which will leave you with 80. Will you press a button and gamble away, please? Well, we have Sadler's Waltz at 4-1, Skater's Waltz at 5-1.
It was Waldteufel's Skater's Waltz.
Bad luck. Near, but not quite near enough, Thelma. Right, Jeff, the fourth question, please.
Is the one that's been sent to us by a viewer, Jim, if you tell us who that was.
I certainly will. It's Mr. F.H. Bowden, or Bowden, from One Sunnybank, Kenton, near Exeter. And Mr. Bowden, thanks very much for your question. Here is your winner-take-all tie, which you'll be able to wear there, near Exeter. Give our regards to that lovely part of the country, and thanks for your question. Which is, Jeff, please?
What would you do with kohl rabi? Would you read it, wear it, play it, smoke it, eat it, or lie on it?
I see. 450 points you have, Arthur.
50, please, Jim.
50, which will leave you with 400. Thelma, you're 80 points at the moment, my dear.
30, please.
30, which will leave you with 50. Will you press a button and gamble away, please? Well, we have a strange difference of opinion here. We have 5-1, eat it, 10-1, lie on it.
Well, as it's a vegetable, you would eat it.
It's all very well for him, Thelma. You might want to lie on it, mightn't you? You know?
A bit bumpy.
It would be a bit bumpy. What are they like, Arthur?
Roundish swellings up the stalk.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's what I've got. Right, so we will have the fifth and final question, please.
I should think we will. For which of these is William Willett remembered? Is it pantomimes, bank holidays, daylight saving, calendars, stamps, or Valentine cards?
William Willett. Very nice name. Arthur, you've 700 points. How much are you going to gamble, please?
50, please, Jim.
You're going 50, leaving me with 650. Now, not to help the contestants, Thelma, in any way, but I'd have your 50 on if I were you.
Go on then, I will.
It's your last chance,
Yeah.
my dear. Will you press a button and gamble away, please? It's been lovely having you both on the show. 10-1 Valentine cards, 3-1 daylight saving.
Well, although he died in 1915, the year before it came into being, as a chief campaigner for daylight saving, William Willett is remembered.
Well played, Arthur Naylor. Well done. A very, very fine score, Arthur, if you don't mind me saying so. Well played. Thelma, not such a fine score.
Not really.
But have you enjoyed being with
Yes,
us?
I have, very much, thank
I
you.
mean, it's not as easy as it is playing at home.
Well, no, it isn't.
You know,
no.
I know that because people play at home and say, oh, well, they should have got that right and that. It's not as easy. I hope you've enjoyed being with us.
Yes, I have, very much, thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Thanks for
Thank
playing
you.
and very well played. Lovely. Hi. Well, our next contestants are Mrs. Daphne Hudson from Weston-super-Mare. There's a lovely place. You're married with 5 children, aged from 9 to 18, and you're captain of the Western Ladies Skittle team. And the name of the team is the Fiddlers.
That's right.
Why do they call them that?
Well, I think it's something to do with the fact that we can't add up our scores.
You can't add up your scores. You're the head fiddler, are you?
Yes.
Not
yes.
really. Oh, well, you won't be adding your own score up on our show, but it's very nice to have you with us from Weston-super-Mare, and your opponent is Kenneth Thompson from Billericay, Essex.
That's right. Yeah.
You served 22 years in the army and did tours of duty including Hong Kong, West Indies and Paris.
That's right.
Hi,
Had
Joe.
all the
that-
best posting.
Yes, very good.
No
At one time in the army, you crossed the communist Chinese border when the guards weren't around, and you had your photos
There
taken.
weren't any guards there at all, actually.
Where was that at?
That was just after they got down to the border of China. They were supposed to be, anyway. And we happened to be up there doing a job, and we, just for fun, we nipped a couple of feet into China and had a photograph taken.
I played golf one time in Hong Kong at Fan Ling.
Oh, yes.
You know, in the
Very
new
nice.
in the new territories, and,
Yeah,
and the
I
course
know that
borders along the
That's right.
old
Not far
communist
from
lot.
Lowood, where the trains go over.
That's right. That's where you go on the train. Well, it's nice to have you both on the show. As you know, we're playing for points this section. You're trying to beat each other and go forward. And so we wish you both the best of luck. And, you know, if you don't understand anything, just ask me. We'll stop and start and do whatever you like. Good luck to both of you. Would you like to take your seats over there, Daphne and Kenneth and Jeff? We will start this section of the show, please.
With which of the following is horticulture concerned? Is it brewing beer, smelting iron, making money, catching fish, growing plants, or growing snobbish? Horticulture.
Right. 50 points you have, Daphne.
50.
You're
please.
going 50, I see, my dear. How about you, Kenneth?
50.
You're going the same 50? Well, as I said just then, best of luck. Will you press a button and have a gamble, please? Well, they've gone for the 5-to-1 shot. Growing plants.
Yes, of course, they're both right.
Well done. We will press on with the second question.
What is a histogram? A histogram. Is it a gramophone cylinder, an historical manuscript, a design for a sampler, a statistical graph, a handwritten deed, or the chart of an estuary?
Right, 300 points you have, Daphne.
I've got no idea. I'll bet 50.
You'll go 50. Well, you've got to have a guess and a gamble on our show. How about you, Kenneth?
50.
You're going 50. That'll leave you both with 250 points. Will you press a button and gamble away? Well, they've both agreed on the 4-to-1 shot, a statistical graph.
They are both absolutely right.
Well played. I take it you gamble there, Daphne.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I don't think Kenneth did. He was right here, but well done. You've got to have a little gamble. What's the specialist question, please, Jeffrey?
Well, it's a picture. Have a look at this, please, Jim, if you will. Now, in Christian art and architecture, what Greek letters are in this sign? Is it sigma pi, chi rho, gamma rho, alpha omega, delta tau, or zeta theta? In Christian art and architecture, what Greek letters were in that sign? Was it sigma pi, chi rho, gamma rho, alpha omega, delta tau, or zeta theta?
500 points you have, Daphne,
50, please.
which will leave you with 450. Kenneth, you've the same 500.
I'll put 30 on this one.
30 on this one. Why not? That'll leave you with 470. Will you press a button, please, and gamble away? Well, we have 2-to-1 chi rho, 3-to-1 gamma rho.
It is the symbol for the name of Christ, and that is chi rho.
Ah, chi rho, I see. Well done. $600 points to Daphne. Kenneth, you have 417. Jeffrey Wheeler has the fourth question.
Paramaribo is the capital of which country? Sierra Leone, Suriname, Syria, Western Samoa, Botswana, or Chad? Paramaribo.
You're in the lead at the moment, young lady. How much are you going to
50,
gamble?
please.
50 again, which will leave you with 550. Kenneth,
50.
which will leave you with 420. Will you press a button and gamble away, please? They've gone for the 2-to-1 shot, Suriname.
Which was formerly Dutch Guiana, gained complete independence in 1975, and of course, they are both right.
Well played. $700 for Daphne, 570 for Kenneth, and the fifth and final question.
Well, for this question, Jim, I'd like you to meet Mr. Jeff Nixon, who is a member of the City of Leeds Pipe Band. Let's give him a welcome.
Jeff?
Now, I want you to take a good look at what he's wearing and tell me how many yards of material are used in the larger size of man's kilt. Is it 2 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, or 12 yards? How many yards of material are used in the larger size of man's kilt?
Right, Daphne.
$50.
Yes, on the last question you're going 50, and Kenneth?
50.
I think you'll have to go 50 as well, because you've both been playing ever so well. will you make your choice, press a button and gamble away? Well, we have 10 yards at 5 to 1 and 8 yards at 4 to 1.
The correct answer is 8 yards.
Well played. Come down, please. Thank you for coming on and looking so splendid.
Thank you, Jimmy. It's a pleasure.
Your outfit is absolutely delightful. Give our regards to all the band and everything.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Smashing. Daphne, very well played. You have 900 points there. Kenneth, bad luck. You have 520, but I do hope you enjoyed being with us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting, isn't it, to see the way we do the show up here? Well, thanks for coming up, and give our regards down there to Billericay in Essex. Well played, Daphne. We're going to take the break now. Our lovely Scottish Highlander here, myself, and Daphne. We'll see you in a couple of minutes with the final of Winner Takes All.
Winner Takes All, Programme 15, X502, Part 2, Take 1.
Beautifully said. Well, Arthur and Daphne, there it is, £1,000, and I hope one of you is going to take a great chunk of that home with you. Hope you're going to stay on and defend it, be the defending champion. Arthur, we'll have a little chat to you. You're married and you have one daughter and one granddaughter.
Yes,
Well, they'll be very proud to see Dad and Granddad on the telly, won't they?
I hope so.
Ah, that's nice. That's one of the nice parts, I think, about, you know, being on the show. You're interested in gardening and music, and, of course, meeting the ratings people, telling them what shows you watch, I suppose.
Once a week, yes.
Yes, you have to meet. Good. Remember, it's called Winner Take All.
Right.
And now, Daphne, you now work in a bank.
That's right.
Which bank is it?
NatWest, Oxford Street.
NatWest. I know him well. Tall, thin fellow, walk to the limb. Yes, I know. And you're the secretary to the bank manager.
That's right.
Ah, super. Well, they'll be watching you, won't they, there in the bank? Well, let's hope you're going to take some of this money back with you. It's the same game, except now you're playing for pound notes. And once again, we do wish you both the best of luck. Jeff, let's start tonight's final, please.
Who wrote The Adventures of Brigadier Gerard? Was it John Hislop, Joe Mercer, Mrs. J. Hislop, W.R. Hearn, Conan Doyle, or Sherlock Holmes?
Right, well, we start with the ladies, Daphne, on our show. How much are you going to gamble?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. 20.
Which will leave you with £30. How about you, Arthur?
50, Jim.
You're going the 50. I must just point the rules out for everyone at home and yourself. If you were wrong and you had nothing left on the board, Daphne would automatically be the winner, and of course vice versa. Right, as I said so often, the best of luck. Will you press a button and gamble away, please? They've both gone for the 5-to-1 shot, Conan Doyle.
They are both right.
A little trick question put in there, Wheeler, early on. Brigadier Gerard being the great horse and Joe Mercer, the jockey's name there. Yeah, well played, both of you. The second question, Geoffrey, please.
Near which Canadian city were the Plains of Abraham? Was it near Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, Hamilton, Vancouver, or St. John's? Near which Canadian city were the Plains of Abraham?
£300 you have, Arthur. You're in the lead by 150. How much are you going to gamble?
I'll try 50.
Which will leave you with 250. Daphne, you have 150 at the moment, my dear.
50, please.
Which will leave you with 100. Will you press a button and gamble away? Both gone for the 3-to-1 shot, Quebec.
Once again, they are both right.
Well played. As always, the third question on our show is what we call our specialist question, and it's one where you'll have to watch the screen. Jeff, what is it, please?
It is a picture. You will have to watch the screen. You're absolutely right, Jim. And tell us, who is this sportsman? Is it John Walker, David Bedford, Brendan Foster, Dick Quacks, Ian Thompson, or Ian Stewart? You've had a look at him now. Can you tell me who is that sportsman? Was it John Walker, David Bedford, Brendan Foster, Dick Quacks, Ian Thompson, or Ian Stewart?
Right, great athlete. Who is he? That's what we want to know. Arthur, how much are you going to gamble?
Go on, 50.
Why not? Be a gambler, sir. That'll leave you with 400. How about you, Daphne?
50, please.
50 out of your 300 will leave you with 250. Will you press a button, please, and gamble away? Yes, I think they're right. The man who told the world he was going to beat. They've gone for the 2-to-1 shot, David Bedford.
The former world record holder at 10,000 metres. They are right. David
Yes,
Bedford.
well played. Did a great deal for athletics, actually. That lad got a lot of publicity for it. That he was a marvellous runner, and we wish him well, whatever he's doing. Right, this is a good game here. £550, plays 400, and Geoffrey Wheeler has the fourth question.
What is the name of King Arthur's sister who quarrelled with him? Is it Elaine, Guinevere, Morgan Le Fay, Isolde, Igraine, or Ida? What is the name of King Arthur's sister who quarrelled with him?
You're in the lead, Arthur. How much are you going to gamble, sir?
$50 again.
Which will leave you with 500. How about you, Daphne?
50, please.
Which will leave you with 350. Will you press a button, please, and gamble away? Well, they've both gone for the 3-to-1 shot, Morgan Le Fay.
And once again, they are both right.
Well played. Very well played. Very well played, both of you, Arthur. You've got £700 to Daphne's 550. And now we come to your fifth and final question, which is, Geoffrey, please.
Well, many people, as you know, have the surname Chapman. But what we want to know is, what did the word Chapman originally mean? Was it a shoemaker, a barrel maker, a blacksmith, a doctor, an arrow maker, or a peddler? What did the word Chapman originally mean?
700 smackers to the good there, Arthur. How much of that are you going to gamble?
It's the last question.
It is the last, sir.
50.
50, and why not? That will leave you with 650. Daphne, you have
50,
550.
please.
You're going for 50. That will leave you with 500. Well, as we've said all along, it's been a great game. The best of luck to both of you. On your last bet, will you gamble away, please? Well, they've both gone for the 10-to-1 shot, the peddler.
They are both right.
Marvellous. Many times on the series, Daphne, I've said commiserations, but to you I do, because you've got in front of you £1,050, and I'm afraid you've been pipped, because Arthur Naylor on the board has got £1,200, £1,200. Tonight's champion, Arthur Naylor. Come forward, Arthur, please. Bad luck, my dear. Very well played. Very well played. One thing I have to point out to you, that on our show, although you've got £1,200 on the board, the rules are you can only win £1,000. That's because, as you know, with your guitar thing, that's the rules of television. We're only allowed to give £1,000 away on the show. But that's yours to take away, sir. But, of course, you have the decision to make whether you want to be our defending champion, come back and gamble your £1,000 next week, and you could play that up to £2,000 on 2 shows. But if you were to lose, you'd just take half of £1,000 away, which would be £500. But, of course, the decision is entirely yours.
Well, it's fun playing, so I'd like to try again next week.
Well, that's marvellous. Well done. Hey. Super. Great. Would you like to give your granddaughter a little wave? Grandad's the champion. He's done very well for you. You're going to see him again next week. He's coming back to defend. We'll be here with him. Look forward to seeing you all with Winner Takes All. Good night and God bless. Well played. Come forward. Super. Great game.